I got to scoot over a little bit.
Yeah, this is for persuasive speech for my communications 1010 class. I'll be talking to you about eco-architecture and how it's good for the earth. So, I'm here to inform each and every one of y'all about eco-architecture and how we can help improve the earth just little by little. We can take old buildings as such and turn them into different things for maybe for plants or animals, somewhere for everybody, for anything. You can build gardens for them. You can give jobs to different people. You can do anything you want with them. They're good for the earth. They don't put out as much harmful chemicals like any other buildings do. And you could go over and fix everything up, no matter what. And you keep going back and back and back. You can go down the side of a building and just make it little by little. You can help people get jobs by just starting up. The reason I'm talking to you about this, I'm an architect major, and I'm trying to help improve the world, leave it a better place than what anybody found it. What I was always told. It helps stop pollution. It helps stop. It cuts down on anything. As you can see right here, it helps out. It could help out the community because everybody would need something. If you have a poor community, you can start. You can go to Detroit, and Detroit has a lot of run-down buildings, houses, and such. And you can turn it into a garden where you have homeless people who's already living there, and then they can still live there, and then you give them a job. Well, then, as long as they disperse the food that's created there, you're good to go. No one, as long as everybody gets a little bit. Yeah, it's a government employed thing. We did this back in the 40s and the 30s. Franklin D. Roosevelt started all this, but he never thought about going on further and further as he did. He should have, because it would have been improved much, much better. Once you have trees and such in there, it cuts down the carbon dioxide in the earth or other greenhouse gases because they absorb it and they create more oxygen and put it out in the world. You can also have places such as right here that are good for all the birds or any other animals in the cities that are getting on everybody's nerves. You could have a place for them right there, and they could all live, and you wouldn't have to worry about them again. You could go from different ones. You could go for forests, you could go for flowers, or gardens themselves. It doesn't really matter as long as you try one. I mean, you could have a forest setting, and it could look like that, and you could have birds, raccoons, anything that you want. You could go to a garden, like I've said, you could give people jobs. You could give back to the community. It's a simple task that no one's really thought about much. It helps out on different things. It could also be a tourist attraction. Say you try to promote people, you're promoting and once it's finally built, people come and see it. You could have people come to Detroit other than just for the city itself. You come for just to see the eco architecture that is there at the moment. You could do other. There's many things you could do with eco architecture. It's an ongoing process that never really ends. It's on and on and on, and it's cheap too because you can start off with just your average building, and you can continue on to this, which is a great complex that is undersea and above, which also helps out the aquatic life that's in the area that is being harmed. Because it creates algae, and algae is also another fuel source that the economy is trying to produce and make it better. Once you get them going, you can employ the people that are already homeless or living there, and they could build it up and have it good. And no one really needs a license to do this. I mean, there's not many rules or restrictions to eco architecture because it's a beginning thing. But once you do that, it can get more requirements, more construction, and it keeps on and never ends. But what I'm trying to leave y'all is leave the world in a better place than what y'all found it. Thank you.